Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. So, 2 videos in a day. This has not happened in quite a while, but I think it's important that I quickly make this video because, in response to the video I made this morning about DBS, someone told me he went and bought DBS today after watching that video. Because AK said, even if we paid $46 per share, we're still going to get a dividend yield of 6.5%. And he said 6.5%. He can't get that from fixed deposits, T-bills, etc., etc. Not even the special account in the CPF. And I was stunned like vegetable. Please don't say that. Please don't say that you bought DBS today because of what AK said this morning in his video about DBS. You bought DBS because of your own research, because of your own goals, and you have to believe that DBS at the current price is a good investment, and that it gels with your own motivations and your goals as an investor, right? Don't say that AK said that 6.5% yield at 46% at $46. I'm so flustered now. And after you have done it, after the fact that you bought DBS today, and don't come and ask me if you did the right thing. Okay. I've said this many times before. Don't ride on someone else's coattails, right? As an investor, do your own due diligence, decide for yourself, right? And but if you were to ask me if DBS at $46 is a good buy, right? Well, all I can say is that I think at $46 per share now is probably fairly valued. It's neither overvalued nor is it undervalued. Because if you remember, some of you might remember a video I produced some time ago about what kind of numbers we can use in order to decide whether to buy into the banking stocks, DBS, OCBC, and UOB. And at that time, I said that they were still pretty okay to buy. And the reason I gave in that video was because I used the five-year mean PE ratio. And I said the 5-year mean PE ratio for the banks was about 11 times PE, right? And at that time, I think OCBC and UOB were still trading at below that. I think they were trading at 9-point-something times PE, or close to 10 times maybe. I'm not very sure by now. I mean, if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description box below. You can go and watch that video. And DBS at that time, the PE ratio was above 10 times, right? Not quite 11 times yet, above 10 times, right? So if you look at DBS today, paying out 60 cents regular dividend, 60 cents per share, that's about 60% payout ratio. I look at the numbers again, right? So it's about 60% payout ratio, right? Which means it's paying 60 cents out of its earnings. 60% means its earnings per share per quarter is $1, right? So if we look at that, and then we annualize it, that means its earnings per share, EPS, for the full year, assuming nothing else, everything else remains equal, right? The same. It means $4 EPS is share price, let's say, is $46. What is its earnings yield, right? What is its earnings yield, right? So its earnings yield is now like 11.5 times. No, P ratio. What is its P ratio? I'm so flustered. What is its P ratio? It's 11.5 times. So if 11.5 times P ratio, that is at or slightly above its 5-year mean. I mean, for the banks, the 5-year mean P ratio is 5 times. So it's already trading at above that, slightly above. So not excessively so, but slightly. So for me, I'm not adding to my investment in DBS at the current price, right? If you want to add, you have to decide whether you're okay with paying a price that's slightly above its 5-year mean PE ratio. Do you think that's still good value? And if you were to buy at this price, do you believe that DBS will continue to grow its earnings, right? And that's for you to decide. I think DBS earnings will come under pressure towards end of the year when the Fed cuts interest rates, right? I mean, as it is now, the Fed has reduced the number of rate cuts they are going to make this year, and DBS Piyush Gupta, CEO Piyush Gupta, expects it to happen towards the end of this year, maybe 2 rate cuts. So no rate cuts for most of the year, and interest rates are staying higher for longer. So interest income should continue to be stabilized, and it might even tick higher a bit as there is some loan growth. And of course, most of its growth will come from wealth management, the family offices setting up here, high net worth individual coming to Singapore and parking money with the bank, and having the bank manage wealth and invest for them. And so the fee income will go up as well. So I do believe that income for DBS will probably continue growing, but yeah, you know, a belief is a belief. What you believe is up to you. It will be different from individual to individual. So if you were to buy DBS today, invest in DBS today, do you believe that DBS will continue to grow its earnings, because its P ratio at today's price is already trading at or slightly above the 5-year mean P ratio for the local banks, right? So I have to clarify this. Don't say you bought DBS today because AK said at today's price you're still looking at a 6.5% dividend yield. Looking at dividend yield alone doesn't give us the full picture, right? So be informed. If AK can do it, so can you. Bye-bye.